Graham Thomas might be able to find an answer for us. He's talking to Lynn Howells.
Lynn, it's come down to your most important match of the season. Has the preparation this week been the best of the season?
Well, it's certainly been a little bit disrupted because of a couple of knocks we took in the final last week. But no, it's been good. The boys have been positive. The one thing I am pleased that they were a little bit more relaxed this week than they were last week.
And you've managed to convince them that this is the big day. The biggest performance of the season has to be delivered now.
Well, it's the only one they've got left now, so they know they've got to put one big one in. I just hope they put a performance in. That's the biggest thing, that they don't play for 40 minutes like we did last week. That we compete for 80 minutes. And
Sale, what are you expecting from them today?
Oh, you can see by the surface and the conditions, though, sun's out. I will expect them to play a wide game and get their fast players into the game. And they'll be difficult to mark down, but we said the same about London Irish and we managed to do a job there.
London Irish, of course, on this ground. Is this your lucky ground?
I'd like to think so. I'll tell you what when the game's over at the end. But no, it's good to come back, and it's a good feel to it, and the boys are happy to be here, which makes it a little bit easier.
And you'll have a huge following inside this ground at kick-off.
Oh, it's just amazing, just coming into the ground now, pulling up in the bus and getting off the bus. The support is huge, and I'm sure that it'll be like a home game for us.
Lynn, best of luck.
Thanks so much, Graham.
Lynn Howells, very much the father figure at Sardis Road. Here are some of his Ponty boys.
I think a turning point was when we played Swansea away. We managed to get a win down there, and it wasn't probably the most classic game of rugby, but it was a massive performance by all the players who played. And I just think we remember coming into the change rooms after the game, and there was blood everywhere. And I just thought things are starting to change at the club because the players had put their bodies on the line, and we had a big buzz from winning on a Friday night in front of the cameras.
I think when we first started playing our game, we thought we could have a chance, but I don't think anyone really believed we could go as far as we have. I think everyone was just taking one game as it comes and seeing what we could do, and I think we've been underdogs in most of the games we've played. But Saturday we went behind and we showed how good we are to come back and grind out the result.
But you only have to look at our support. I mean, last Saturday down in the Millennium Stadium, any home game, it certainly drives myself on and it drives the team on, knowing that the big healthy crowd, really passionate and 100% behind Pontypridd. As anybody knows, Ponty support is absolutely fantastic. I think it's the largest crowd that we've ever taken to an away fixture, and I think it's somewhere in the region of 7,000 people travelling now. I think Sale will know by the end of the day about our supporters, but I'm sure they'll know about Pontypridd Rugby Club for their sheer pride, determination and passion.
I think we've got the edge in most departments, to be perfectly honest. I think we've got a lot of very, very good players, and they have got quality players. So that diminishes what we've got as well. We tend to have 15 very, very good players, and I'm very, very confident that we can win on Sunday. If it comes down to spirit and desire, we'll win by 20 points. I firmly believe that. I think there's no better spirit anyway in Britain than the spirit that we've got at this club. And I'm hoping now that's what's going to carry us through.
Pontypridd, they place so much store on the spirit of the club. Do you think that is going to be enough, Jonathan, today?
No, not really. I think they've got to play as well. And this guy is the man of the moment, isn't he? He's had his critics. Maybe he's not the quickest, but he's a tremendous footballer, great positioning, and he's very influential. He's like a rock behind, and he just oozes confidence now, and he'll have a big part in this game. Johnson's come in and Wyatt is on fire again. They've got to try and get the ball. Good combination. But these two have got to try to stop the ball getting out of the back three in Sale. But Sweeney and John, experience and youth, be very impressed with this kid. He's come along. Nicky Little came and he was going to be the saviour of Pontypridd. But he's just taken it on, hasn't he? And kicking out of hand has been superb. His defence is very, very strong. And he's just grown in stature as the season's gone ahead. So I'm expecting a big game of him, and I'm sure he'll be in Hodgson's face all afternoon.
Now, how many times have Pontypridd put out this pack this season? It's one of their great advantages. Richard Parkes, Michael Owen, Nick Kelly. Richard Parkes, so much is on his shoulders. He'll need to be fast to the breakdown because Sale will take it wide. He'll need to be strong in the tackle. Richard Parkes, big day for the open side flanker. And that old combination in the second row, Robert Sidoli, Brent Cobain, the Australian. They won't fear anybody. And the front row we've come to respect so much. Young Gethin Jenkins, Mevin Davis and Duncan Bell, the Sale old boy. And there it is. That is one advantage Ponty might have even before kick-off. The Ponty army is in town and it's making a row.
As ever, it's like a home game, as the boys have said, and they come here to enjoy the day. But it's vitally important that they win. Europe is on this game for Ponty, and I think this would be, just the climax of a fantastic season for them. But I just got a feeling Sale have got the edge. I think they're the form side in England. They play a fast game. The backline is very, very exciting. So Ponty have got to close them down. If it goes loose, and Sale have the same amount of opportunity as Llanelli had last week, they won't get away with it. I think they've got to go in, close everyone down, kick, good chase, keep everything tight, and then try and build from the forwards. But it is going to be a big ask for them today.
It's a big ask for the Pontypridd front five because they do play an open, expansive game themselves, but perhaps just for one day they're going to say we're going to drill into the Sale front five and make life hell for them there because Sale want to fly.
That's what they'll do, but Sale can do it because they do it week in, week out in Zurich. So this time they've got to tighten up. No loose ball whatsoever because they will exploit it. And they've got pace in the second row. This Chris Jones. He's got to try from the halfway line against London Irish. So they can't give them any opportunities. And it's going to be fast and furious, but controlled. That's all they've got to do. Keep the same pattern, but keep it all controlled.
One difference between today's game and yesterday's game at the Millennium Stadium with the roof closed is that this, being a three-sided stadium, will have a wind.
Yeah, it will have a win, but I think it's going to be excellent condition. What's important is the underground, and once they get the solid holding on the standing foot, they can just hit it and drive it through. But hopefully it won't come down to goal kicking today with Davy and Hodgson. One loss for Sale is that Apollo Perolini isn't playing, and he is a ball carrier, a big ball carrier for them.
Out come the players. Two scrum halves. Brian Redpath of Scotland, Paul John of Wales. The right moment to hand over to the match commentators, Mike Hall and Gareth Charles.
Thanks very much indeed, Ed. Yeah, we're all set here, Mike. We were here a couple of weeks ago. We saw Ponty do it against London Irish. At least a bit of feel for the place.
Yeah, it's a fantastic atmosphere being generated again by the travelling hordes of Pontypridd supporters who have really made it a home game here for Pontypridd.
And that crowd, with a massive roar, greets both teams as they're led by their respective scrum halves, Paul John and Brian Redpath. The Sale Sharks have a good following. Ponty's, as they cheer on Paul John's team, have a massive following. Big afternoon for both clubs. And Kerry Sweeney, we saw how important controlling the game can be from outside half yesterday at the Millennium Stadium in the European Cup final.
Yeah, Kerry Sweeney will be glad to be back this ground because he had a fantastic game against London Irish, made 5 or 6 clean breaks and was really instrumental in them winning that game.
And the one man they have to watch in the Ponty ranks, the player of the year in England, Billy Wiz, Jason Robinson, can cut any defence to shreds given half a chance.